Right now on News 4 at 6, rescue missions are underway in Texas following Tropical Storm Harvey. A look at the dramatic rescues from the land and air.
And the situation in Texas far from over. We have a lot more rain heading that way over the next couple of days. Here at home, quiet weather continues. We'll let you know how long this pattern lasts in your 4-1 forecast.
And a devastating crash claims the life of a 17-year-old high school student. How the Akron community is coming together tonight to support the family.
Live in high definition, this is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4 at 6.
Police in Houston, Texas say the city is dealing with flooding of, quote, epic proportions. As Tropical Storm Harvey continues to cause devastation, there have been more than 2,000 calls for rescue, according to Houston's mayor. Good evening, everyone. The National Weather Service says some parts of Houston and areas west of the city could get 50 inches of rain as Harvey stalls over the state. It would be the highest ever recorded in Texas. The Weather Service says the impacts of this are unknown and beyond anything experienced before. Tonight, we've learned a woman in West Houston has died after she became stranded in floodwaters. Authorities say she tried getting out of her car to escape, but could not make it. Emergency crews in helicopters, boats, and high water vehicles are working to rescue people trapped inside homes and on flooded roadways. In Houston, a dramatic moment captured during CBS affiliate's KHOU's live shot. A reporter flags down help for a tractor-trailer driver stuck inside his rig.
They're putting the boat in just now. They're on their way.
I cannot imagine how terrifying it would be to be stuck right there, right now. Boat into the water.
This is not the worst of the storm. There will be more flooding in the coming days. There have also been several tornado warnings issued for many parts of the state. Andrew, this video, these photos circulating of the destruction are just heartbreaking. Our thoughts are with everyone in Houston and in Texas right now.
It's unfathomable. It really is to see something like this happening. We haven't seen a storm like this ever, and this is unprecedented, as we've been saying. Absolutely terrible, and it's really unfortunate that the storm behaving exactly the way it was forecasted for the past couple of days to stall out, and that's really what's been the huge problem. Landfall was certainly catastrophic in many areas near Corpus Christi, but we've been saying for days it's this persistent rain, and that continues through this evening and really through the next couple of days, inundating around Houston, around Galveston, and we have another batch on the way. The Houston Metro right now seeing a small break, but you see this band of yellow, another bout of pretty steady rain moving on into Houston this evening, and that's the way it's going to stay overnight. As you take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast, this tropical storm is really just stalled out, moving as slow as can be to the southeast right now. The problem here is it's moving back towards the Gulf, and it can actually head out onto the water Monday and pick up a little bit of steam, which it would at least maintain tropical storm status through Tuesday into Wednesday even, as it makes another pass through Texas, and then moves up to the north and east. But in terms of additional rainfall, numbers are still staggering, upwards and even over a foot of additional water to Houston. And the video we're seeing, the images we're seeing already, again, catastrophic, and more rain on the way. Couldn't be much quieter here in western New York. We do have a little bit of cloud cover in the sky, and that'll actually keep those temperatures a little bit milder tonight. There's a look at your readings right now. Low 70s around Buffalo, mid-upper 60s in the southern tier. Coming up in your full 4-1 forecast, we'll talk about the week ahead, when you'll need the umbrellas, and what those temperatures will feel like.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Western New Yorkers in Texas are sending us pictures of the flooding. Williamsville native Jennifer Lopez took this photo this morning from her high-rise apartment less than a mile from downtown Houston. She says local officials told them to stay put as Harvey approached. Now she and her neighbors are surrounded by water and stuck in the apartment building until it subsides, which could be days away. Lopez says they have electricity, but no running water.
My major concerns are more just trying to figure out when it's safe for us to leave the apartment and go get more food, replenish, just pretty much assess the damage around Houston. I'm really not sure what to expect.
I asked her what the feeling in Houston is right now. She says It's just sad. 5 Western New Yorkers are in Texas to help with the flood efforts. This morning, 2 local volunteers told us they were stuck at their hotel for a while due to flooding. More than 1,800 people took refuge at Red Cross shelters overnight. There are more than 30 set up across the state. We're told there are a total of 25 volunteers from Western and Central New York in Texas right now. If you would like to help the Red Cross assist flood victims, head to the Founded on 4 section of WYVB.com. We've put a link there for where you can donate. In other news tonight, a Lyndonville man has died after a motorcycle crash early this morning in Carlton. The Orleans County Sheriff's Office says just before 6:30 this morning, William Carpenter III was riding a motorcycle on Gaines Waterport Road. Deputies tell us he hit a deer and was ejected from the bike. Carpenter died at the scene. The crash is still under investigation. Meanwhile, in Akron, family and friends are mourning the loss of a teenager killed in a car crash. The high schooler would have started his senior year this week. News 4's Rachel Monjovi joins us live in Akron to show us how he's being remembered tonight. Rachel?
Yeah, Callan, it's been a tough 2 days for the community of Akron tonight. They are mourning the loss of 17-year-old Johnny Feeblecorn. He died in a car crash Friday night. Friends say that he and his brother and other friends were driving back from a Luke Bryan concert at Darien Lake. Loved ones say the driver lost control at the train tracks on Peters Connors Road and crashed. The Erie County Sheriff's Office says when they arrived on scene, the vehicle was in a ditch. Feeblecorn was pinned under the car. He died from his injuries. The others involved survived the crash. Family and friends set up a memorial at the scene of the accident. We talked to some of his friends and his wrestling coach. Feeblecorn's friends say he was a happy person and always smiling. He was also a star athlete. His wrestling coach told us he is the most accomplished wrestler in the school's history with over 150 wins. Loved ones say he will be remembered by the good person he was.
He loved, obviously, country concerts, and he was always full of life, always smiling and joking. He had a great sense of humor, but, he was always quiet, never boisterous, or very humble with being such a star and such a star athlete. He was very humble, but very easy to get along with and very funny kid.
Now, Feeblecorn would have been a senior this year. Right now, there is a fundraiser happening at the Newstead Firehouse. It started just a few minutes ago at 6 o'clock. All the money raised tonight will go to the family to help towards funeral costs. For now, we're live in Akron tonight. Rachel Monjovi, News 4 at 6.
All right, thank you, Rachel. A North Tonawanda man is behind bars tonight after police say he used a fake $100 bill. According to officers, 36-year-old Daniel Picana tried to buy food on Niagara Street, but fled when he was told the money was fake. Officers arrested him a short time later and seized 5 more fake bills, a wallet, and credit cards stolen from an Eden man. He's now been charged with 2 felonies. A beloved Buffalo priest is retiring after 40 years with the church. Father Roy Herberger has been with the St. Columba Bridget Church for 19 years. We were there as he said goodbye to parishioners at his final Mass. He tells us he has enjoyed serving the Buffalo community and says his retirement is bittersweet. He shared his fondest memory of the church with us.
When we were able to consecrate the new church, to have the bishop come and bless the new church, which was the idea, as we can see in the huge window, the stained glass window behind the altar. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes, new life, new hope.
Father Herberger tells us he plans to keep busy during his retirement. He will work with the Buffalo Peace House, helping refugees seeking asylum, and he will continue his prison work, holding weekly Mass or Bible studies. And he says he may even volunteer with Meals on Wheels.